Good morning!
I'm your radio teacher,
I am your science buddy.
and I'll give you an exciting lesson that you'll surely enjoy.
Sci Talks Radio. Education must continue.
Learning is a great avenue.
No one will be left behind. With new normal comes new learning.
New method, new way of understanding.
Keep on learning.
Keep on achieving,
There's no way of hindering.
enriching one's dream.
This is Sci Talks Radio,
your number one source of science education.
Conveying a half an hour of quality scientific teaching on air.
This is
Sci Talks Radio.
A wonderful day to you, dear young scientists. How are you today? You're listening to another episode of Dep Edi School on Air in Grade 5 Science. Oh, yeah! I'm your radio teacher, Marlene Murillo. Wow! Your partner in exploring the world of science. Before we start, make sure that you already ate your meal or snack. Find a spot at home where you can clearly hear our broadcast. Set your minds and hearts for another enjoyable day with science. Are you excited to learn about our new lesson today? That's great! To start, let us have a brief review of our previous lesson. Can you still remember what we had in our past lesson? What are the different ways of managing waste? You are correct. We can manage our waste by applying the 5 R's. 5 R's means reduce, reuse, recycling, recovering, and repairing. Reducing is using alternative materials such as tumbler or water container instead of using disposable cups. Reusing is finding another way for materials that have been used, such as using old but usable bags. Recycling is the way of producing new products out of discarded materials, such as making a pot out of used plastic bottles. Recovering is making the most out of the waste by regenerating energy, such as using fruits and vegetable peelings as plant fertilizers. Repairing is fixing broken things so that they can be used again, such as fixing a damaged chair to be used again. Why is it important to manage your waste? You're right. 5 R's technique helps us minimize our garbage in order to avoid pollution. Now, bring out your science journal and let us check your answers in your assessment on page 7 and 8 of your previous module. Okay, let's start. The answer for number 1 is letter C. Correct. Number 2, very good, letter A. Number 3, you're right, it's letter D. Number 4, amazing, letter A. Number 5, you got it right again, it's letter B. Let's see number 6. The answer is absolutely, it's letter A. He or she could save money by making it a substitute fertilizer. Number 7. Letter B. It could lead to the death of plants and animals. Very good. Number 8. Correct. It's letter C. Clean household. Number 9. Nice. It's letter C. Jack. And finally, number 10. Very good. Letter D. No, because some materials may be hazardous for recycling. Please count your correct answers. I guess many of you got high scores. If you got a perfect score, say amazing. If you scored 8 or 9, say I did great. If you got 6 or 7, say I made it. And if you got 5 and below, say I will do better next time. This time, kids, prepare yourselves and the materials needed, especially your pen and Module 3, Lesson 3, for we shall be discussing a new lesson after this short break.
Mare, narinig mo na ba ang tungkol sa online distance learning ng DepEd? Ano ba ito? Ay oo, Mare! Ang online distance learning ay isang pamamaraan kung saan maihahatid ng mga guro ang kaalaman para sa mga anak natin sa tulong ng teknolohiya gaya ng internet, laptop, computer, at cellphone. Ganun ba, Mare? Oo, Mare. Hindi magkakasama at magkakaharap ang mga estudyante at mga guro. Maaaring matuto ang mga bata sa pamamagitan ng online na pagkatuto. Isang mensahe mula sa kagawaran ng edukasyon at ng himpilang ito.
Hi kids, I'm back. This is your teacher Lynn. I want you to sit back and listen carefully. You young scientists, do you have materials at home that can be recycled? Can recycling really help? You're right. So now, let's proceed to our discussion. Just relax and listen to me. We are set to talk about designing a product out of local and recyclable materials. After going through this module, you are expected to design a product out of local and recyclable solid or liquid materials to make useful products. Am I clear? That's great! Now, let's dig deeper on the process of recycling. First, let's think about what happens to our waste that we throw. After putting your waste in your garbage bin or trash can, do you think it really disappears? You are right. Sadly, we only remove it from our house, but it doesn't really disappear. If it doesn't disappear, where do you think does it go? Yes, it goes down to the landfills or dump sites. But, considering the amount of waste everyone makes, can the dump sites accommodate all our waste? No, it can't. That's why some waste are left uncollected in different places. What happens to the uncollected waste then? Right, those waste cause pollution on land, water, and even in air. But recycling reduces the waste sent to designated dumping areas or landfills. It results to the conservation of our natural resources such as lumber, plastics, water, and other minerals. It also reduces pollution. That's why we will learn today how we can make products out of our local and recyclable materials. It is important to manage our waste, isn't it? Waste management is the practice of proper waste disposal. Going back, we have the 5 R's. Let's say the meaning of 5 R's again. Ready? Reduce, reuse, recycle, recover, and repair. Very good. These 5 R's focuses on a way to achieve zero waste. Again, what is our focus? Correct. Zero waste. So what should we do with the recyclable materials? We should put them inside the recyclable bin. Now, help me decide whether we can recycle the following or not. Say yes, we can if the materials can be recycled, and say no, we can't if not. Are you ready? Great! Okay, for the first item, plastic bottles. Can we recycle it? Yes, we can. Very good. How about the wrappers of chips, like Piatos or Nova? Yes, we can. Good job. How about old tires? Yes, we can. What other materials can we recycle? We can recycle plastic containers, cans, steel tins, glass bottles, papers, and cardboards. If you have waste materials like that in your house, why don't you transfer them into a new material? That would be amazing. Now, let's decide what we can do to the following waste materials. What do you think we can do out of used plastic bottles? You're right, we can make flower pots. We can also make piggy banks. So you get to help Mother Earth. Plus, you get yourself something to put your savings to. Isn't that great? What about the wrappers of chips? What new material can you do with those? Excellent! You can make a bag out of those. How about the old tires? Correct! We can make them as decors in our garden. How about the peelings of fruits and vegetables? What can we do to recycle those? Great answer! We can make a compost pit and put the peelings there to turn them into fertilizer. How about the broken glass? Can we still make a new product out of it? Correct, we can't. Broken glass belongs to the group of waste materials that can't be recycled anymore. How about plastic bags? Can we still make a new product out of it? You're right, we can't. What other materials can't be recycled anymore? We have drinking glasses, broken plates, vases or glass, and foil. Always remember, those materials that we can't recycle anymore should be put in the proper trash can, while those that can be recycled should be put in the recycle bin. I'm sure you have learned something new today. Now, it's time to sum it up. What is waste management? You're correct. It refers to the practice of proper waste disposal. What are 5 R's? Very good. The kind of waste management we follow nowadays is the 5 R's in waste management, which means reduce, reuse, recycle, recover, and repair. What is the ultimate goal of the 5 R's technique? Excellent! The ultimate goal of the 5 R's is to free planet Earth from any kinds of garbageous situation referred to as zero waste. Each R focuses on a way to achieve zero waste. How can we apply waste management? Wonderful! Designing a product out of local recyclable solids or liquid materials in making useful products is an application of waste management. What should we do with those materials that we can't recycle? Very good. We have to put them in the proper trash can. Again, waste management is the practice of proper waste disposal. 5 R's refer to reduce, reuse, recycle, repair, and recover. The ultimate goal of the 5 R's is to achieve zero waste. Making products out of recyclable materials can minimize the waste we throw in the dump sites or landfills. This further lessens the cost of water, land, and air pollution. Now, let's have another wonderful activity. Let's start, young scientist. Look at your modules and turn it on page 7. In activity 1, you have to draw the items that can be placed in your recycle bin. So the materials that you can see there on your activity 1 are old cup, bean can, egg tray, fish bone, used tea, soft drinks can, apple leftover, glass bottles, milk container, banana peel, eggshells, plastic wrap, plastic bottles, newspaper, motor oil container, and tin cans. Remember to use a separate sheet of paper. Are you done, young scientist? let's check your answers for Activity 1. So, what are the items that can be placed in the recycle bin? We have ink cans, newspaper, plastic bottle, soft drink can, milk container, motor oil container, an old cup. Did you get all the correct answers? Great job, kids! Get ready, kids, for the most exciting parts of our lesson after this short break.
Mare, narinig mo na ba ang tungkol sa online distance learning ng DepEd? Ano ba ito? Ay oo, Mare! Ang online distance learning ay isang pamamaraan kung saan maihahatid ng mga guro ang kaalaman para sa mga anak natin sa tulong ng teknolohiya gaya ng internet, laptop, computer, at cellphone. Ganun ba, Mare? Oo, Mare. Hindi magkakasama at magkakaharap ang mga estudyante at mga guro. Maaaring matuto ang mga bata sa pamamagitan ng online na pagkatuto. Isang mensahe mula sa kagawaran ng edukasyon at ng himpilang ito.
Now that we already finished our lesson, let's have your short quiz. Are you ready? It is really nice that you're learning. So now, let us proceed to assessment on page 11 of your modules. Let's first do part A. Here you will match the ways on how you can recycle the waste materials. You can choose the ways to recycle more than once. Just write a letter of your answer on your paper. Let's start. Number 1. How can you recycle old tires? Will you make it as A. Food storage jar, B. Origami flowers, C. Pots for plants, and D. Window carton, or E. Christmas lantern? Number 2. How can you recycle glass jar? Will you make it as A. Food storage jar, B. Origami flowers, C. Pots for plants, D. Window curtain, or E. Christmas lantern? Number 3. Plastic bottles. Will you make it as A. Food storage jar, B. Origami flowers, C. Pots for plants, D. Window curtain, or E. Christmas lantern? Number 4. Candy wrappers. Will you make it as A. Food storage jar, B. Origami flowers, C. Pot for plants, D. Window curtain, or E. Christmas lantern? Lastly, number 5. Colored magazines. Will you make it as A. Food storage jar, B. Origami flowers, C. Pot for plants, D. Window curtain, or E. Christmas lantern? Everybody done? Congratulations for a job well done, kids. I hope you get high scores. Your answers will be checked next session. Please don't forget to submit your quiz paper to your teacher. Now, let's do something fun. Do you want to make a rose? Great! Get some old magazines or newspapers. Follow the steps on your module on page 12 until 14. Another activity that you will do at home is part B on page 11 of your module. So, let's call it a day, kids. I hope you understood our lesson. Enjoy making your own recycled product. Thank you for tuning in to our school on air today. On behalf of the scriptwriter, Ma'am Hershey Jane Nevalta, and to the SDO Isabela RBI team, thank you so much for being with us. This is Teacher Lynn reminding you all to always wash your hands and follow safety protocols at home. Goodbye, kids, and always keep safe.
Patuloy ang edukasyon para sa ating henerasyon.
Sa daan ng pagkatuto ay walang may iwan.
Kaya halina sa Radyo Eskwela!